tuned.
He's been ushered into the van by the chief trainer himself, Major General Victor Okudili Ezugu. The chief of army staff mounting the rover for the inspection proper, accompanied by the commandant Nigerian depot NA, Major General Victor Ezugu.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on the parade ground of the Depot Nigerian Army, Zaria, where we will shortly be witnessing the passing out parade of about 4,000 recruits of the Nigerian Army.
Was born in Brutai town on November
Most of them came here
24th, 1960.
about 6 months ago, exactly about 23rd of April this year, and began training here at this prestigious military training ground. And today they're passing out as professionals with their shoulders high. And most importantly,
He had his primary school at Brutai town. And thereafter,
the top hierarchy of the Nigerian Army is here to perform the passing out rite of these young recruits who came here only with a passion to defend the integrity of Nigeria, and today they're well equipped to do that. Here, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, taking a tour of this 3,878 recruits who are hereby presented to him to perform the rites of their passing out. This young and agile men have in the last 6 months undergone a world-class military training at Nigeria's most prestigious recruitment ground of the Nigerian Army, which is the Depot Nigerian Army, Zaria. And today is a special day for them as they are about to launch a lifetime career in the largest component of the Nigerian Armed Forces, which is the Nigerian Army. And what a day for them that the top hierarchy of the Nigerian Army is here to see them pass out. This crop of young soldiers
in the course of his career have attended many courses
who will shortly
the courses are
be taking the
Young
final
Officers Course
oath
Infantry, Anti-Tank Platoon Commanders
to
Course,
defend the
Watermanship
dignity,
Course, Joint Operations
integrity,
Coaching
and the
Course,
people
Joint
of
Staff
Nigeria
Course, Senior Staff Course,
surely
National Defense
understand
College, Bangladesh,
the task ahead of
Disarmament,
them,
Demobilization and Reintegration Course, Cornwallis Park
as they are not only trained
and United Nations Staff and Logistic Office.
to utilize the power of arms and ammunition, but a variety of military acts and technical capacity to support in discharging the mandate of the Nigerian Army.
Joint Operation Coaching Course, Junior Staff Course, Senior Staff Course,
The demands
Course du National Defense College,
of the fight
As a senior officer, he attended
against
several
insurgency
seminars relevant to his field of study, including an international conference
and the
of
fact
directors
that
of planning, research, and studies.
Nigeria
Statistics.
is also
General
experiencing
held various appointments in command, instructional
a fair share
and staff capacities
of the
in the
threats
course of his career.
of
Platoon
terrorism.
Commander, 26 Amphibious Battalion, 26 Guard Battalion, and Garrison Command Camp. Officer commanding
Indicates that
22 Motorized Battalion. Second in command to the commanding officer.
the
81
country
Battalion. Director, Department of Land Warfare and Armed
has
Forces
continued
Staff College. He was a commander, the 2 Brigade Nigerian
to
Army.
reposition
Commandant, Nigerian Army School of Infantry.
its armed
Director,
forces
Procurement, Defense Headquarters, and Force Commandant of the newly reconstituted multinational
to continue to
Joint
degrade
Task Force under the auspices of the Lake Chad Basin
the
Commission,
threat of terrorism.
also the Benin Republic. The appointments he held.
The
till
Chief of Army Staff
the
there,
present Chief of Army Staff, on July
Lieutenant
17th,
General Tukur Buratai,
July 17th, 2015.
very happy man,
Okay,
taking a tour,
de travail, comme le général held
looking at each
instructional
group
capacity
of these
dans
young
la course de son
soldiers
platoon commander,
who will,
ambitious battalion,
in the very near
26
future,
battalion, et garrison
take up
command camp.
various responsibility
Aussi le commandant des
in the system
motorized battalion,
of the Nigerian Army.
deuxième commandant à la commanding officer
There is no doubt
81 battalion, aussi le directeur
that the current
de
administration,
armed force,
led by President Muhammadu Buhari,
il a commandé aussi le deuxième
has
brigade
taken
militaire
drastic steps and measures
le commandant d'armée et corps
to
d'armée
strengthen
et infanterie. Aussi le
the
directeur
capacity
de le procurement
of one of Africa's largest armed
de
forces.
force commandant de
Hence,
reconstitué multinational
the turnout of the chain of
It is popular
recruits
saying for one to reach top of his career, he or she must have served others. In the course of General
from the
Burt's
well
career,
repositioned
the 20th Chief of Army Staff for Nigerian Army, he was a staff
depot
officer in this
Nigerian
following
Army.
capacities: Military Observer, United Nations Angola Verification Mission.
It is established
Security Officer to the Principal Staff Officer to the
since
Commander in
the year
Chief of the Federal
2015.
Republic of Nigeria, General Staff Officer, Grade 1 Training,
the Nigerian Army
Headquarters, Colonel Plans and Army Headquarters,
has embarked
Department of Army Policy and Plans,
on a
Assistant
massive
Chief of
rearmament
Administration Headquarters, Infantry Corps Center.
and modernization program.
Participated in various operations at home and abroad. Notably among the operations
This
he has also participated are the United
is the
Nations
tip of what
Angola Verification Mission, UNAVEM2, OP Harmony
is coming out of this action that has been taken.
And he currently leading charge in the Operation Lafia Dole. He was at
These
one
soldiers
time
who are
as a
passing out
commanding
today.
officer with good attributes. Only recently,
was reported in the media
about 4,000 of them.
has the ability to control
And now the Chief of Army Staff,
terrorists. To this end, we can bear testimonies that through personal discipline, show of valor, courage,
being led
motivation, he has rekindled the spirit of his troops.
by a parade
General Brutai, who is happily
to
married
inspect
and blessed with children, is a member of Historical Society of Nigeria.
the crop of young soldiers
À la portion de son travail, comme le général
who are about to pass
chef de
out
l'armée nigériane, le 20e, Général
here
Brutai,
today.
et
He is a
était
special guest of honor
le premier
and
staff
also
de Nigeria following, militaire
going to
observer
take
de
charge
Nations Unies, Angola.
of performing
The chorus is now going through the band,
the rites.
having been received by the
And here also we have the governor of Niger State in attendance, Sani Bello.
Il a commandé le principal staff et le commandant en chef
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Chukwul Buratai, still inspecting
d'opération Ami
the soldiers as
Ami Reporters,
they stand to, in the next few couple of minutes,
le chef de
show us
ou bien le chef de staff
what they're made of, especially
the reviewing officer
the kind of parade that we're going to see.
inspecting the mass band commanded by Captain Ogochukwu.
The precision and parade, the agility,
Ogochukwu Jude Obi.
the endurances that they went through will surely
The reviewing officer
be
is,
exhibited on this ground
back to the saluting
on a
line
very, very sunny day.
by the chief trainer himself, Major General.
And the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Rutai now, moving away from
In next moments, you will see what he and his
the
delectable instructors
ground,
on this Nigerians
possibly
who 6 months ago did not
to where
know
he's
their
going
right from their
to
left. It is not magic.
sit down and
This
relax
is
for a
what we
moment.
call the level of sabiability. He goes back to the saluting
In
lines.
fact,
May I request
he is not sitting down. He is standing tall
may I request the chief trainer to
with his
please,
shoulders high today.
graciously take the reviewing officer back
Very
to his
proud
seat
of these young
while we
soldiers.
watch the reward for hard work.
Well, for the moment,
I expect
the Chief of Army Staff is
manner, he will exchange
going to
pleasantries with the guests.
relax for a moment. But before that time, a handshake with the governor of Niger State, who came all the way to grace this occasion. The Emir of Zazo, His Royal Highness,
le chef d'armée
Dr. Shehu Idris, there, wives of officers of the Nigerian Army, and a couple of top hierarchy of the Nigerian Army there,
Invited
taking
guests
salutes
back to the parade ground.
and giving salutes also
Reward
to
for
the Chief
diligence.
of Army Staff. Some traditional rulers there, officers,
Champion Company.
and then back to the parade ground
The Champion Company for members of 77 regular
Where
sake, of course, is Bravo
this
Training Company.
young men
Achieving this feat, they were
full of emotion,
both individual and collective
waiting
training
to get and to accept their final call
this last 6 months.
to serve their motherland, Nigeria. of fatherland, I beg your pardon, Nigeria.
Both in drill, arms, small arms
Here again,
competition, obstacle crossing, the
ceremony
5
taking
kilometer,
off.
the 20 kilometer, the 25 kilometer race, and of course the great
With the
Excess
band.
Kungama.
From the Nigerian
Depot Nigerian Army,
Army.
and George, the Bravo Training Company,
the Depot
as the
Nigerian Army
champion
here,
company for members of
giving their
77
best.
regular recruit intake.
To
May I request the paparazzis
people
to
who
please clear
came
the-
from across
clear the
Nigeria
gangway.
to watch
Block the view of our VIPs.
this auspicious moment. Imagine what is going through the minds of these young soldiers who have spent the last 6 months going through rigorous training to take up the responsibility of defending the integrity of Nigeria.
The champion company
And now another
marching forward to collect their championship banner.
set
Le champion,
of
ceux qui viennent d'arriver.
a mix of the officers about to pass out, soldiers about to pass out.
They want to align themselves.
Showing
Ils vont s'arranger.
what they know best there. And let's now join to hear
Aligning themselves.
the kind of orders these soldiers are getting from their parade commander, and what we're going to see subsequently, which so many people are here for. That is the actual parade.
The parade commander
Very exciting,
forward.
I'll tell you.
Commandant de Paris.
On this note, I have the simple
The
honor to request the chief
initiation
please invite the special guest
of
of honor, the reviewing officer, for this August presentation.
the passing out parade traditions. They're playing out
The chief trainer himself, Commandant Depot Nigerian
with
Army,
commandants
Major General Victor Ezugu.
C'est le commandant
and
de-
soldiers
du général.
taking position
Salutes the
to
banner.
auction
One step forward,
the process
takes over the banner.
of what is to be done for these soldiers to pass out
The champion company commander,
and begin their career full time in the Nigerian Army. Now a presentation of the flag there and a salute. Again a salute and a bang,
champion company commander,
another presentation of the flag.
Le commandant de Charles. Il a pris
All
le drapeau.
parts of the rights of the Nigerian Army for the purpose of the pass out of this crop of soldiers. Now let's go back to the parade ground.
Reward for hard work. Having met all requirements as set out by this great institution, Bravo Training Company has been adjudged as the champion.
C'est le champion, le bravo. C'est le champion le champion compagnon.
Thank you very much.
Le commandant, Major General Victor Ezougou, il a pris sa place encore. Il se retourne de suite.
The great match back to their situation. And once they realign themselves with the main body, then we will be entertained to the match pass, slow and quick time. They are now marching back.
Et match, il se retourne à sa place maintenant. Ils sont en train de marcher.
That's a salute to the champion battalion, champion company.
C'est le champion. Le campagnard qui a pris le champion, celui qui est en train de marcher.
Thank you very much, sir.
Merci, mesdames et messieurs.
Bravo Training Company. Changing to quick time, and they are now moving back to their position.
Ils se retournent à leur position.
In respect and reverence for championship, the champion company is supposed to charge through the main body back to their position, and in respect of that, they have shouldered arm and presented arm for them because today is their day.
Comme ils sont retournés maintenant à leur position, ils vont commencer encore et recommencer ce qu'ils vont faire.
The Chief of Army Staff, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I intimate to you a little bit of the history for those who do not really understand what the Nigerian Army stands for. One of the oldest military institutions in Nigeria, in fact, the oldest, established in 1924, even though the history could be traced way back to 1917, when it was then the training wing of the Nigerian regiment.
Il est en train de parler de la formation, comme les amis nigériens sont formés, l'histoire.
It was initially located at Zungeru in Niger State, then headquarters of Northern Protectorate, but was later moved at this location in Zaria in 1924.
Il dit qu'ils sont amenés ça à Zaria ici, en 1984. En 1924.
The champion company is realigning itself. Thereafter, we'll get set for the march pass. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it might interest you to note that this occasion is being beamed live. First time, courtesy of our amiable, indefatigable Chief of Army Staff, highly decorated Chief of Army Staff of our time, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. So we are immensely grateful for this honor done this great institution, considering its place in our military history. The world is watching this parade, and Nigerians must invariably be happy.
C'est pour vous dire aussi qu'il y a les gens de télévision qui sont ici.
The color party is sticking, going back to their position in readiness. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the journey has just started.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'est maintenant le commencement de ce qu'on a ici pour faire. Nous allons maintenant voir le commencement des activités qui vont commencer à faire leurs activités de suite.
6 months ago, 23rd of April to be precise, these young men and women arrived this cantonment.
La rue
And
24.
today, what we are seeing is a different ball game. They went through the firmament of being refined, of being broken down on this same parade ground. Today, what you are about to watch is a spectacle of their transformation from civilians to military personnel. 6 months.
Donc il est en train de dire que les recrues qui sont en train de faire les choses maintenant, c'est depuis le 24 avril qu'ils sont venus ici pour commencer leur formation. Maintenant, aujourd'hui, ils sont finis. On est en train de commencer des autres choses pour montrer exactement ce qu'ils ont fait depuis leur formation.
Welcome to depot. No going back. That's the motto. With the buffalo, when the buffalo charges at you, only God knows what will remain of you. That is the insignia of this great institution. With their distinct color of white and red. Depot, Nigerian Army. Located in Chindin Barracks. May I request and remind all that in reverence to the national color, when the color party approaches your location, you are please requested to stand, and military personnel in uniform you are expected to salute. Thank you.
C'est pour vous de vous arrêter s'ils sont venus ici devant nous.
May I request
Même les militaires qui
the
vont
chief
enlever
trainer
leur,
to please invite the reviewing officer, the chief of army staff, to the saluting dais. The chief, sir.
Major General T.Y.
Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai. Mounting the rose room, the saluting dais. I want to believe that the chief is very, very happy, considering what these young men are. You needed to see them 6 months ago on arrival at this ground.
Major General Victor Ezougou est en train de guider le chef d'armée, General T.Y. Rutai.
The microphone now swings over to Mr. Oji, who will run us through the guards that are coming with their guard commanders.
It has been a very electrifying atmosphere right here at Depot, Nigeria, with a sea of heads presenting a very finished materials that can be traced to a part of dexterity of the training team. The mood is set and the atmosphere is right, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
C'est les couleurs des compagnies qui sont en train de dire maintenant.
The number one guard has been Bravo Training Company, as commanded by Major O.O. Ogurinde. The sub-commander are Captain S.O. Igwe and Lieutenant Ariam
Ça, c'est le
Bosseri.
numéro N.
The second guard is made up of member of
Le numéro
Alpha
2.
Training and is commanded by Major General B.A. Musa. Ladies, may we be upstanding, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Arrêtez-vous, mesdames et messieurs.
May we arise to honor this very august parade.
we request that as soon as the caller approaches your location, you are please requested to stand. And service personnel in uniform, you are please requested to salute. Thank you.
Les armées vont lever leur cap, les chapeaux, comme les autres font, s'arrêter. Les civils.
Charlie Training Company is the third guard and is commanded by Major C.C. Okechukwu.
Ça, c'est le troisième compagnie.
While the sub-guard commands are Captain B.L. Atomotafa and L.K. Emosele. Member of Delta Training Company forms the number 4 guard and commanded by Captain S. Inoa. The sub-guard commands are Lieutenant H. Alabamas and LTF Osajob.
Numéro 4, c'est le Delta Company.
Members of Echo Training Company forms the number 5 guard and commanded by Major A.O. Olatunji, and the sub-guard commands are Captain A.B. Lamidi and Lieutenant A.B. Lawal.
Le 5e, c'est le Echo Company. Ceux qui sont en train de passer.
Also on the lineup include members of the Fortrox Training Company, which forms the number 6 guard, and it is commanded by Captain M.I. Oji.
Les membres de votre compagnie, ils sont le numéro 6.
And the sub-guard commands are Captain H.S. Zaria and Captain N. Mekaliu. Members of the Gulf Company forms the number 7 guard and commanded by Captain B.E. Alpha.
Les membres de Gulf Company, ils sont le numéro 7 qui sont en train de passer.
And the sub-guard commands are Lieutenant Ogbena and Lieutenant O. Oyekami.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request that the special guest, so please go back and sit down. You don't allow a very big masquerade to remain standing for too long a time. Well, in his usual characteristics, he has refused to go and sit down. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the March past of 77 regular recruit intake personnel parade is exactly what we're having now. This is the slow part of it. One of the military spectacle in regimentation and parade has to do with the transition from slow march to quick time. Please watch this, because for those who have never been privileged to do this, it's something that you marvel at.
On regarde les marches, ils sont en train de faire lentement maintenant. Quand tu les vois, quand ils passaient ici, ils marchaient rapidement. Mais maintenant, où il est maintenant, ils marchent doucement. Donc on est en train de regarder.
It's just because I didn't give you a proper brief.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous sommes là pour parler à feu de Lieutenant General T.Y. Brutai avec Major General Victor Ezugu, le commandant de dépôt Nigerian Army. Leurs activités, ils sont en train de réformer l'armée nigériane. Donc, ce sont des messieurs qui sont même chose. Leurs activités sont exactement la même chose. Merci à tous.
Just to watch this angle of the transition. It is not magic. It's all about training. A round of applause for this. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you very much.
Applaudissez. Applaudissez.
For the service personnel, both serving and retired, everybody would have had this as a nostalgic feeling because everybody passed through this transition. Just listen to the digging of the heels. Chop, 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 chop. What a spectacle.
Ils ont vraiment des énergies.
Look at the swinging of the arms and the digging of the heels.
C'est pour nous montrer leurs capacités. Ils sont en train de bien marcher maintenant.
That's the mass band coming forward.
Les mass bands sont en train de venir ici.
Once again, I remind us all, soon or any moment the color party approaches your location, you are please requested to rise, and service personnel in uniform, you are please requested to salute.
C'est pour dire que quand ils sont venus ici, ils ont alors de mettre debout pour leur saluer. Ceux qui sont les militaires, ils vont enlever leur chapeau.
Number one guard, led by Bravo Training Company, the champion company, is approaching the saluting dais to pay their respects to the Chief of Army Staff, the reviewing officer. If they had told you that these men were just 6 months old, you won't believe it. Check the dressing. Next is Alpha Training Company as the microphone swings over.
Alpha Training Company, ils sont arrivés. Le deuxième maintenant.
The next is Charlie Company.
Prochainement, c'est le Charlie Company qui arrive.
The next is Delta Training Company, and is commanded by Captain S.E. Noah.
Prochainement, c'est le Delta Company.
The next is Echo Training Company, commanded by Major A.O. Olatunji.
L'Eco Company, ceux qui viennent d'arriver.
The next is Fortress Training Company,
Fortress Training Company,
and
ceux
is
qui viennent
commanded
d'arriver.
by Captain M.I. Oji. The next is Gulf Company, which forms the number 7 and commanded by Captain B.E. Alfred and the subguards.
Le prochain, c'est le Gulf Company, le numéro 7, ceux qui viennent d'arriver maintenant.
Also members of the Hotel Training Company.
Aussi les membres de Hotel Company.
Company commanded by Captain L.A. Ishaku.
C'est Ishaq qui est le commandant.
On the line is members of Indian Training Company and is commanded by Captain S.A. Koka.
Les membres de Indian Company.
And last but not the least, members of Juliet Training Company.
Les Nigerian Training Company, ceux qui viennent d'arriver. C'est le dernier man.
Finally, the Commandant Adjutant, Captain Yawan, following.
Captain Yawa, les adjutants.
May I humbly request the Chief Trainer to please take the reviewing officer back to his seat. Thank you very much for this honor done us.
Lieutenant General T.Y. Bretagne. Il prend sa place maintenant avec Major General Victor Ezugo. Il se retourne maintenant pour aller à leur place.
Your Excellencies, the very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we once again appreciate the presence of His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Sani Bello, the Governor of Niger State, who is here present. We'd like to thank you for your presence, and it has been a very rectifying atmosphere here.
Vous êtes bienvenus, le monsieur, le dirigeant de Niger et le gouverneur aussi. Vous êtes bienvenus, monsieur.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the parade is going back to their usual stand before the slow time and the march before the march past. All after that, they will advance in review order. Another spectacle of the Nigerian military type of training.
Mesdames et messieurs, les pareils sont en train de se retenir, de retourner dans leur place.
Watch the arrangement. The individual halting from number one guard to the last guard.
Ça dit, ça arrange encore où il était avant de marche.
You watch the synchronization. You watch the synergy. It's a beauty to behold. A round of applause for these people. Oh, Kalabasi Mahabas. What a spectacle.
One of Nigeria's most decorated senior officer, Lieutenant General Dr. Brutai. And on the parade ground, on a white hose, the officer commanding the parade, still taking cue to follow the process for the performance of the rites, the passing out of these young soldiers. Now, on parade once again, the soldiers, 77 sets. Imagine the generation of
Regardez de suite, ils
soldiers
sont venus ici le 24,
pass through
le 24
this
avril.
prestigious institution.
Là, ils n'ont rien connaître de la formation du Nigeria. Mais maintenant, voici ce qu'ils sont en train de faire. Vraiment, c'est bravo qu'on doit leur donner.
Keep appreciating them.
Bravo.
The young soldiers, they're showing off the best of what they've undergone through at this prestigious institution. This is not just something that comes within a day. It is a result of training and training and training for days, weeks, and months. And this is what so many people have traveled far near to come and see. Especially those who, in their lifetime, have either lived in the barracks or were once in this system. You could see the dust there as a result of the bangs from the butts of the soldiers. These are men that are trained to live in trenches and defeat the enemy, come rain, come shine. What a ton there. Getting this right is not a day job. You can only imagine what is going on in the minds of officers who train these soldiers, and the top hierarchy also, who surely are proud of these young soldiers who are passing out today. This is an art. Only the army can give you, and anytime, anywhere, they can display these. Imagine the sun, but they are unrelenting. That explains why when you are approaching the depot Nigerian army, you will see it boldly written, no going back. To the excitement of those that are watching, and claps there.
Six months.
a move there. This crop of soldiers have surely been through a world-class training. Just look at that. Cleaning their weapons. Only in the military you can see this manipulation, movement in and out of each other without a mistake. There you go. There you go. What a display. Of a military art that belongs to the depot Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Army itself. Look at the precision. Look at the movement. People that came from far and near to watch this parade and surely not disappointed. The show is at the peak of its moment. Now in a cycle, parading. In fact, each company in a cycle and parading. The champions company has already been adjudged the best company in this 77 set of the regular recruits intake at the depot, Nigerian Army, Zaria.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have a single honor and privilege to request the Chief Trainer to please graciously invite the reviewing officer for the general salute by
soldiers.
these young men and women.
I've also come from far and near.
C'est pour inviter le chef de l'armée
They are
de
at
venir
the
prendre
side
la salute.
of the parade ground there, watching their children and guide, and I mean their words, doing their best on what they know best on the parade ground. Kafin nan muka dan wasa sai mu bari mu review officer ya ci gaba kawai mu.
Please, can we appreciate this young man?
Applaudissez, applaudissez, applaudissez.
Can we appreciate them? Can we appreciate them? May I request the Chief Trainer to please take our reviewing officer back to his seat. because we are going to have another long. Before now in Nigerian Army, what we are used to was trooping of rifles, trooping and assembly. But the ever innovative Chief of Army Staff, highly decorated, and amiable Chief of Army Staff.
And they're back on his seat. One of Nigeria's most decorated
courtesy of the Chief Trainer,
Army officer,
the Military Skill Acquisition,
Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, and the Governor of Niger State, Abubakar Sani Bello, who also an ex-boy of the Nigerian Military School. That's the reason why he has to be part of this occasion. And also, most likely, he might subsequently commission a hostel for his alma mater immediately after this event. And now another set at the parade ground.
What you are about to watch here is the trooping and assembling of TYB Rover 002 among the 5 constructed TYB Rovers. Now, the battery, the tailboard has also been dismantled, already constructed in pieces to enable the crew or the personnel to move the vehicle from point A to point B as easy as we are watching now. The chairs has also been removed. The engine is also in the progress of losing all the bolts. The tailboard has also been loosed and removed. The 4 recruits among the 10 are now moving the tailboard to a safer place before mounting back. The fenders also been removed and moved away from the vehicle. The back of the cab also been removed. Some of them are progress for removing the tire. The windscreen also will soon be removed from the cab. Watching the back bumper about to be removed. The left fender also removed. Now the windscreen will follow.
Please be reminded that this vehicle was not imported. It was done here by these men in front of you.
The windscreen also has been removed.
The only foreign body in this setup is the tire and of course the engine. Every other thing was fabricated here at Chindit Barracks, courtesy of the military skill acquisition team, ably led by the commandant, Major General Victor Okudili Ezugu, with a marvelous support from our amiable Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. Please, a round of applause for these people. Appreciate them, appreciate them. He has taken this Nigerian Army to yet another level as part of his vision.
The process of removing the engine from the cab and back axle are on the process of dismounting. The TYB Rover 002 has been fixed from the crash, from the iron, here in Depot Nigerian Army by the MSAT team, except the engine, tires and wheel, gearbox, back axle, spring windscreen, among others. Now the cab will soon be moved away, separated from the engine.
Unbelievable.
The cab is moving.
Unbelievable.
Now the cab has been moved.
Unbelievable.
The engine and the gearbox.
Please, shall we continue to be clapping for these men and women? I know we did not leave our hands at home. Oh. Please, let's appreciate good thing. This is made in Nigeria. In fact, made in Zaria.
Made in Depot. Not Zaria, made in Depot Nigerian Army.
Located in Zaria.
Here in the empty yard of Depot Nigerian Army.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, His Eminence, all members here present, this is not a Nollywood show. This is not a Nollywood show. We should all appreciate this excellence. Please put your hands together for our brothers and sisters for having gone this far in just less than 6 months. Please, a round of applause. Keep appreciating them. Keep appreciating them. Thank you.
The engine and gearbox are now moved. The chassis were separated from the back axle. Only 4 of them will now move the back axle with tires to another place. The front tires now are in the process of separating from the chassis.
Oh, mesdames et messieurs, nous regardons ce qui se passe. La voiture qu'ils sont en train de démanteler, c'est faire ici.
The front tires are
C'est une nouvelle voiture
remain only
fait
the
ici
chassis,
au Nigeria,
or we can call it the frame.
à Zaria ici. Vraiment, c'est incroyable.
This
C'est
is
qu'on est en train de
TYP
regarder.
Rover
Vraiment,
002.
applaudissez. C'est incroyable ce qu'on est en train de regarder. Parce qu'on ne savait pas que c'est possible de faire un truc comme ça ici au Nigeria.
Now this is a complete dismantling of TYB Rover 002, comprises a team of Captain A.T. Ibrahim as coordinator, Depot Nigerian Army Military Skill Acquisition Training as an infantry officer, and I, Corporal Mahazo Abdullahi, as his assistant ST personnel.
He's going now to...
4 civilian consultants, Sanusi Adamu, Nafi Mohammed, Abdulmumin Ibrahim, and Amayo Atile from a graduate from Department of Mechanical Engineering, Ahmad Bello University, Zaria.
One officer, 1 soldier, the 12 cross, 1 civilian assistant. Ready. We are going to shot. Carry out compares on the display. Stop.
Captain A.T. Ibrahim, coordinator MSAT, Depot Nigerian Army, an infantry officer.
Your Excellencies, Your Eminence, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
Now the second phase of mounting the TYB Rover 002 has commenced. Now the chassis has been raised to fix back the tire.
Just sit back, relax, and watch the reassemble. But that's not even the issue. The issue is not even the reassembly. The timing, and of course, at the point where they will drive off this vehicle, having coupled it back. Please watch. And while you do so, may I request you once again to please keep appreciating their sabiability. It's a new innovation. It's a new innovation. It's unbelievable that under 6 months, this, which means in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, Daikon is in trouble. And as we speak, as I run this commentary, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Depot Nigerian Army already has somebody who has indicated, the Emir of Zozo has indicated interest that he will send his people for their own part of training. A round of applause for His Eminence. Please, it is not easy. Keep appreciating these Nigerians. Keep appreciating them. All we need to do is to tax ourselves and things will be done. And once you have the proper leadership, everything can fall in place. Thank you, our reviewing officer. Thank you for this encouragement. Thank you for making it possible to leave a legacy that for years, that outlive everybody. Outlive you, outlive even those of your management team. What else can one say? What else can one say? This underscores your movement to Bomosho, where you went to the machine tool industry. It was something else. It was something else. 6 months, unbelievable. Yes, from Kakas to Cruz is unbelievable.
As the process of the mounting back the TYB Rover 002 in progress, the back axle is about to fix back. Engine has already been fixed back. not only fixing the vehicle back, the main aim is when the soldiers are on motion with this type of vehicle, encounter an obstacle, can easily be dismounted, move from one place to another, mount it back, and continue their operation. It's just a mini operational vehicle. The cab is now taken back to its position.
Mesdames et messieurs, ce que nous sommes en train de regarder, ce n'est pas des films en fait, c'est les gens qui viennent de commencer leur entraînement ici, qui ont commencé leur formation ici au Nigeria. Maintenant, voici, ils sont en train de fabriquer une voiture. Regardons. Après la fabrication qu'ils sont en train de faire de suite, ils vont conduire la voiture pour sortir de cette arena.
The cab has already been fixed back, tighten other part of it. The back cab is also been fixed. The remaining part of the vehicle will now come back to their position.
Et puis quand vous regardez, vous voyez qu'ils sont très rapides. Ce qu'ils sont en train de faire, c'est le travail de dépôt Nigerian Army, conduit par Major General Victor Ezugu, à l'assistance de Lieutenant General T.Y. Brutai. Nous sommes vraiment contents de ce qu'on est en train de voir.
The rear body is coming back to its normal shape. Left and right side has been fixed back.
C'est conduit par Skill Acquisition Department de dépôt Nigerian Army.
The car is taking shape. Anyhow you look at it, it's taking shape. The recoupling, putting finishing touches to put it back in the state it was when it was brought into the parade ground.
The front doors also are now being fixed. Left and right are coming back to their normal position. The back seats now are turning inward. It's not only coming in with them outward, you can also use the same seat to turn them inward in case of rain, sun, put up the superstructures and mount back the trampoline as we can see. The process is on. The clutch, accelerating cable, front bumper, glass, windscreen, everything has been fixed. The front grip now, the bonnet, the trampoline is coming up to protect the personnel from rain, sun, and other obstacles. It's not only to move outward, but also the seat can now be turned inward, the same seat, the same position. The Nigerian Army MSAT, an initiative of Depot Commandant Major General Vio Izugu. TYB Rover 002 is coming back as TYB Rover. Now the front tires are now being checked for the tighten firmly in case of obstacle ahead.
Thank God this is being beamed live. Otherwise, it will appear as if it's another fake news. This is not fake news, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening live at Chindit Barracks. Any moment from now, they will mount their vehicle, they will mount the vehicle and drive away, just like that. Can you beat it? Please keep appreciating them. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate them. If 77 regular recruiting take will do this, I don't know what other initiative the chief will introduce in 78.
Helicopter. Helicopter. At 77, 5 TUAB rovers have been constructed within the 6 months of their training, additional to their military basic training. The next intake might be what? Helicopter.
Helicopter. Very good.
No, let them fix everything. The coordinator, the recruits, check their vehicle. They are going for far distance. Gentlemen, this vehicle is not...
Final check. Final check.
This vehicle is not the only show for parade ground. We have dropped this vehicle to Zuba. There are witnesses. People can, some of us here can say the vehicle is within parade ground and empty yard. No. Abuja, Zuba, inside, in fact, Villa can also be moved.
Mesdames et messieurs, dans un peu de temps, la voiture va démarrer pour sortir. Ils sont en train de voir la situation finale pour être sûr que les moteurs sont au complet. Bravo, regardons ce qu'ils sont en train de faire. Ils sont là montés pour partir pour démarrer. Ah, mesdames et messieurs, voilà ce qui se passe. Bravo.
Thank you very much.
At this point, the TYB Rover 002, complete mounted back with their passengers.
Distinguished guests, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
not pushing. The vehicle is moving by itself. It's just a demonstration. Yatashi. You say Yatashi. Yeah, it's just that. Some are doubting.
Your Excellency, the Emir, His Eminence, our special guest.
As the MC said there,
Next, of course,
he said unbelievable,
of this
but it is, well, I mean, this is the new reality
Here you have the mechanics,
in the Nigerian Army,
here you have the weapon technicians,
courtesy
here you have the
of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, who has brought a new approach in training soldiers and officers of the Army to ensure that they go back to the way the Army used to be, that is, being self-sufficient in every aspect of the operations. You could see the ingenuity of this crop of soldiers in a set time. They were able to lose every part of that vehicle and then put it back together, start it, and drove it out of the parade ground. And here again, another set of the soldiers marching into the parade ground in companies with specialities: the infantry, the engineers, the health corps, the military police, another.
Your Excellency, His Eminence,
various
our special guest of honor. This is the complete package
professions.
of the MSAT TYB rovers.
Here again,
They are 5 in number and
we're about
they will
to
fly past. Wow.
see
002, 003,
maybe another unit.
004, and of course 005.
Showcasing
And for those who are just coming, or for those who don't understand what
the art that they have learned
is named after the
within that 6 months.
Yusuf Buratai Rovers.
Let me tell you once again,
Please, once again,
that these
let's
vehicles that
appreciate
you're
them.
seeing driving in
Let's appreciate them.
are all made
Thank you for this
by this crop
team
of young soldiers
by Major General Ezra, who and
at the
his team
depot Nigerian Army.
every support
You
by
can
our
see
vehicle in the factory.
they have manufactured not only one, not two, but a couple of them. And here
Having seen,
they're driving
having seen
in and out of the parade ground
the ceremonial
those vehicles
angle
that they have
of today's
manufactured.
passing out parade. The next, of course, is going to be
What a
the
development.
combat match.
This is courtesy or as a result of the approaches, new approaches brought about by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, who is one of Nigeria's most decorated army officers.
May I request
Le chef
the
d'armée,
special guest of honor is climbing the saluting dais to take his salute.
le chef d'armée, Lieutenant General T.Y. Brutai, ils sont en train de prendre le salut.
The combat match, led by, of course, the first flag is Nigerian Army flag.
Le premier drapeau,
Their morale is very high because their chief is on parade. Next, of course, is Infantoire, the queen of the battle,
non, bravo.
the infantry, queen of the battle, rugged men. The Infantoire, comprising both the airborne, the counter-terrorists, the countermen, everything you can. The RPG-7, the base plate,
Ceux qui font
artillery,
le combat.
the mortar.
Ceux qui viennent de passer maintenant, c'est eux qui font le combat. Quand vous regardez leur visage, c'est vraiment effrayant. C'est les infantries qui sont toujours là, qui passent.
The amphibious, oh infantry, queen of the battle. This is the chief's baby. I know he'll be smiling because this is his baby. This is his baby himself. Next, of course, is Amma.
Ah, vraiment, c'est qu'on a
I know that Major General, the GSC 3 Div is here, so he will be very happy. Amane and Corps Commander too.
Ils sont
Wow.
effrayants, ce qu'on est en train de voir.
Atine, Corps Commander Artillery. This is artillery. Shoot
C'est
them
qu'on a fait
in.
vraiment le
Shoot
contact.
them in. Oh, here comes the supper.
Quand on
The
regarde ça, ça fait
ubiquitous
peur.
Nigerians. If you want it done the quickest way, give it to the engineers. Give it to the engineers. Hulo Zero
Ça
Alpha.
fait peur quand on lève.
Hulo Zero Alpha. You ain't got communication, you ain't got nothing. The signals. Of course, next is the intelligence. They call it
L'intelligence.
Nigerian Corps, supply and transport.
Le corps nigérien.
Next, of course, in charge of our medics, Nigerian Army Medical Corps. Nigerian Army Medical Corps.
Ceux qui sont chargés de santé, ceux qui viennent de passer.
The ordnance.
Militaires qui sont chargés de santé.
The Nigerian Army Ordnance Corps. Nigerian Army Ordnance Corps. Of course, Naimi. Nigerian Army Electrical and Mechanical Engineers.
L'armée nigériane électrique et mécanical.
Next, of course, is Nigerian Army Corps Military Police, Child Military Police. If you say police is your enemy,
c'est l'armée nigériane.
Nigerian Army Education Corps, ensuring that we have quality manpower. Next, of course, is the most strategic corps, the commanders of the commander of the corps, Nigerian Army Finance Corps, combat decision. Next, of course, the Army, Nigerian Army Physical Training, Directorate of Army Physical Training.
Le directeur de
I know that Olute will be happy. General Olute. Next, of course, is Nigerian Army Bank Corps. And of course, the Directorate of Army Police Relations.
Le directeur de Nigeria.
Texas is here. And I know he's happy. I know he's happy. Even in war, we make sure that our spiritual needs are captured. Next, of course, is Nigerian Army Chaplain Services Roman Catholic. Next is Nigerian Army Chaplain Services Protestant. Wow. Next is Nigerian, is the Directorate of Islamic Affairs.
Le Directorate des Affaires Islamiques. Ceux qui viennent de passer.
Of course, Human Rights Possible, Human Rights Desk, Human Rights, Nigerian Army Legal Services, Nigerian Army Legal Services. And of course, the new and born and bettered Nigerian Army Women Corps, courtesy of the current chief, our amiable chief. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I request that the chief trainer please get back to his seat while we watch the Nigerian Army School of Physical Training
and Lieutenant General
demonstration.
Avec Major General Victor Izugu. Mesdames et messieurs, merci.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Niger State, His Eminence, the Emir of Zaria, our special guest of honor and the reviewing officer, NA1, Chief of Army Staff. Once again, we are back to the parade ground, but this time, Nigerian Army School of Physical Training has something for us. Please, before I hand over to the master, to the warrant officer who will run the commentary and tell us what comes in with, let me advise that this thing is not to be practiced at home. Oh. I hand over to
Regardons ce qui s'est passé.
Ceux
qui sont en blanc, ceux qui sont en train de faire.
Guide us through.
Maintenant, on attend.
Your Excellency, sir. Senior military officers here present. Soldiers, personal recruits, good morning, sir. I am Warrant Officer Iziwo Daniel, anchoring this program this morning. And what you have just watched now was the on and off. And we are going for true volt. That is true volt. And then groundwork, which is agility. We call the two of them vaulting and agility. What they are jumping over is called vaulting box, but we call it high horse in the military. Because of time, we are just going to show you segment of the military display, the PT display. That's a woman there. They say what a man can do, a woman can even do better. That is true vault and agility. It takes only man of agility to be able to perform all these activities. And this to show that a PT man is a man that is well coordinated physically and spiritually. If your mind is not in what you are doing, you are bound to make mistake. And if you try this at home on your own, you may sustain injury.
Madame, therefore, vous regardez ce qu'ils sont en train de faire, c'est pas seulement les garçons qui sont en train de faire ça, il y a aussi des femmes dedans.
That is the true vote.
Quand on regarde,
they are going for a strike vote now. They are going for a strike vote. Watch the difference between the true vote and a strike vote. You see the legs open. That's a strike vote.
Bravo, on regarde ce qui se passe dessus.
That's the lady coming. What men can do, women can equally do better. Let's see if they can do it better. Please put your hands together for them.
C'est une fille qui est en train de faire ça. Mais on vous conseille de ne pas faire ça ici à l'école. Ne jamais faire ça à la maison.
That was a good one there. That's the last strike vote.
Non, vraiment, ce qu'on est en train de faire, vraiment, on n'a jamais vu. Woo! Tu as vu?
Put your hand together for them. And that is Holo Bembak.
Mais on
Osuku
conseille
International.
aussi les enfants qui sont ici, ne font pas ça là à la maison. Pardon. Yeah. Jesus.
That is Holo Bembak.
No,
because of time, we will not be able to perform all. But however, we are going to showcase another activity.
Donc quand on regarde ça là, on voit vraiment que ceux là qui sont en train de faire ça, ils ont des énergies.
What you are watching now is long hand drop. Long hand drop.
C'est l'autre formation qu'ils sont en train de faire. Vous voyez. C'est pour montrer la puissance. Aussi, les enfants qui sont ici, on vous conseille de ne pas faire ça à la maison. Ça qui vient de faire, c'est une file.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are going for neck roll now. Neck roll.
C'est une file encore qui est en train de faire encore.
Neck roll.
C'est incroyable aussi ce qu'on voit les femmes faire aussi.
After the neck roll, you'll be witnessing thief slip. And that is the thief slip there. Please put your hand together for these people.
No, bravo, bravo, bravo. Applaudissez.
I don't think a woman can do this, but let's see if there's any woman that can perform this like the men. Incidentally, a woman is there. Let's see what she will do.
Tu as vu, c'est les femmes qui viennent de...
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for that lady. What a man can do, really, a woman can do even better.
C'est une fille qui fait ça.
That was a good one there, and this is quick through vote. Quick through vote.
Tu as vu ce que les gens ont appris à faire. Tu as vu les enfants.
Put your hand together for that place.
C'est effrayant. Bravo.
They have a neck dive and roll. Dive and roll. Dive and roll.
Woo. Tu as vu, non, on va faire ça, c'est l'énergie que les enfants ont là. Hey, c'est très effrayant.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is made in Nigeria, not made in China, nor neither is it made in Brazil. These people are trained in Zaria here.
Non, vraiment,
It's not-
ça c'est effrayant.
It's not film tricks. This is reality. Can we see what are they about to do now? There is fire. When fire is burning, it means there is danger. And how do they scale through this fire? And let's watch out. What happens? It takes coordination, synchronization for you to be able to pass through that fire without being burned. Let's see what happens there. He passed
Hey!
through.
Tu as vu ce qui se passe?
He also
Ça,
passed
c'est
through.
le militaire
Please put your hand together for
de
them.
faire tout ça là.
He passed through. What a man
Ça,
can
c'est
do,
le militaire de
a woman can
Zaria.
equally do.
C'est une fille qui est en
He
train de
passed
faire ça.
through. Put your hand together.
Non! Ça, on n'a jamais vu.
What happens again? These people are drawing backward. What are they going to do? And let's see what they are going to do. Please do it in a hurry. We have no time. He's jumping over the fire.
Wow!
Put your hand together for them.
Non, ça vraiment, c'est un truc. Moi-même, je n'ai jamais vu ça. Il a sauté
Ladies
le
and
feu.
gentlemen,
Il a sauté le
that was a
feu. Il a
very
sauté
wonderful
le
one
feu.
there.
Ça, c'est des militaires nigériens qui font ça.
That's
Il a
someone sauté
sauté
over
le
the
feu.
fire.
Non,
Ladies and
vraiment.
gentlemen, put your hand together for them.
Non. Applaudissez.
And that is the last person
Merci.
who is showing us that that's the end of the
Madame
PT display for
Debessé,
today.
vous allez
And as I
voir.
said earlier, this is just a stanza of all PT display. Thank you for watching. I am again once in sports, Warrant Officer Ezimo Daniel. Thank you, and permit me to hand over honorably
Non,
to the
vraiment,
MC.
merci. Ça là qu'on a vu. Hein. On n'a jamais vu ces trucs comme ça.
Thank you very much. A round of
Ils sont-
applause for these marvelous Nigerians. Please, can we appreciate them? It's not easy. But
Applaudissez à tout le monde, pardon.
let me advise, don't try this at home. Oh.
On vous
Because-
conseille de ne jamais faire ça à la maison.
They are getting set to advance in review order. Another spectacle aspect of regimental parade. Just to watch. Can we appreciate them, please?
Applaudissons.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Niger State here present, His Eminence, the Emir of Zozo, our special guest of honor and review officer for this day, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time to individually acknowledge the excellence of those who the first award winners.
C'est le premier, ceux qui ont servi le champion.
The Chief of Army Staff Award. This award is given to the best all-round recruit of members of 77 regular recruit intake. The winner of this award is the 2018/77/3775 recruit Anthony Eze, Juliet Training Company.
Juliet Training Company recrute Anthony Eze. C'est lui qui vient de prendre son award maintenant. On l'a appelé pour venir prendre.
Next is the Chief of Administration Award.
Le deuxième, l'award Chief
named
Administration.
Best Female Recruit. The winner of this award in this 77 regular recruit intake is the 2018/77/2467 recruit Monica Jagede of Golf Training Company.
Le deuxième, c'est recrute Monica Jagede.
Next in the line of award
company
is the Commandant Depot Nigerian Army Award, Best Recruit in Leadership and Character.
Les meilleurs recrues.
The winner of this award in 77 regular recruit intake is the 2018/77/0559 Recruit Master Warrant Officer Olajide Sunday, Bravo Training Company.
Recruit Olajide Sunday, Bravo Training Company, c'est lui qui a pris le troisième recrute award. C'est l'award de Nigeria.
The last, of course, but not the least, is in recognition of the newly formed Nigerian Army Women Corps Award. The Commander Nigerian Army Women Corps Award is given to the best female recruit in leadership. The winner of this award in 77 regular recruit intake is the 2018/77/268 recruit Achimugu Lillian, India Training Company.
Indian Training Company, le recruiter Admin Lillian.
May I therefore request the Chief Trainer, Commandant Depot Nigerian Army, to please invite the Special Guest of Honor and the Reviewing Officer, Chief of Army Staff, to please help us do this award. The reviewing officer will start from bottom to top. First is the Commander Nigerian Army Women Corps Award, Best Female Recruit in Leadership. The winner in this of in 77 regular recruit intake is the 2018/77/3268 recruit Achimugu Lillian from India Training Company, sir. Commander, Nigerian Army Women Corps Award, Best Female Recruit in Leadership. Please, can we appreciate her? While she was coming here, April 23rd of April, she never knew she would win an award. So let's encourage them. Next, of course, is the Commandant's Depot Nigerian Army Award, Best Recruit in Leadership and Character. The winner is D 2018/77/0559, Recruit Master Warrant Officer Olajide Sunday, Bravo Training Company. Next, of course, is the Chief of Administration Award, Best Female Recruit. The winner is D 2018/77/2467, Recruit Monique Ajegede, Golf Training Company. The big one, Chief of Army Staff Award, Best All-Round Recruit. The winner is D 2018/77/3775, Recruit Anthony Eze, Juliet Training Company. That voice does not look like a championship voice. So, please, can we appreciate him? Can we appreciate him? They are now marching back to their various guards, while the special guest of honor will now climb the saluting dais and talk to his new breed soldiers. Talk to them in a language they will understand. Talk to them about how happy he is. Talk to them about their responsibilities, what is expected of them.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Niger State, Alhaji Abubakar Sani Bello, the representative of the Executive Governor, Katsina State, Honorable Hussein Adamu Karadua, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zauzau, Alhaji Dr. Shehu Idris, CFR, Principal Staff Officers from Defense and the Services Headquarters here present, the General Officer commanding 1 Division, Nigerian Army, the General Officer commanding 3 Division, Nigerian Army, Air Officer commanding Training Command, the Commandant, Nigerian Defense Academy, Commander Infantry Corps Center, the Commandant Armed Forces Command and Staff College, our host Commandant Depot Nigerian Army, past commandants of Depot Nigerian Army, commanders and commandants of other military formations and institutions here present, senior officers, both serving and retired, the coordinator, Nigerian Army Officers' Wife Association, Zaria Chapter, and other members of the association, chairman of local governments here in Kaduna State, distinguished invited guests, parents, guardians, and relations of the personnel recruits, instructors, and administrative staff of Depot Nigerian Army and sister institutions, personnel recruits of 77 regular recruit intake, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I stand here this morning as the reviewing officer and special guest of honor on the occasion of the personnel parade of the 77 regular recruits intake. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is heartwarming to state that today's occasion marks yet another milestone in the history of this institution, and indeed the Nigerian Army in general. It is equally gratifying to note that this highly revered institution, established in 1924, has remained focused in the discharge of its primary responsibilities of transforming able-bodied young Nigerian men and women from civil orientation to well-trained soldiers to meet the manpower requirements of the Nigerian Army. Therefore, Nigerian Army has over the years remained pivotal in sustaining the growth and development of Nigerian Army towards fulfilling its constitutional mandate of defending the territorial integrity of our great country, Nigeria. This passing out parade is desirably coming at the time when Nigeria is confronted with myriad of asymmetric security challenges. Consequently, it is gratifying to observe that Depot Nigerian Army has successfully continued to evolve its training activities to actualize my vision of having a professionally responsive Nigerian Army in the discharge of its constitutional roles. I believe that the 3,880 recruits who are passing out today will therefore assuage the manpower needs of Nigerian Army with competent and combat-ready young soldiers. It is my pleasure, and it has always been my humble submission, that realistic training is the best means of preparing Nigerian Army personnel towards achieving its role as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I hereby state unequivocally that Depot Nigerian Army has improved on every aspect of realistic, result-oriented, and mission command training. I am happy to note that the robust combat efficiency across the entire corps and formations in the Nigerian Army is yielding positive results, as evident in the resilient fighting spirit exhibited by our troops in the Northeast. Furthermore, the excellent demonstration of team spirit, discipline, and coordination displayed by these recruits during this parade only buttresses the high level of training imparted on them by their instructors. I am indeed pleased to affirm that this noble institution has remained a center of excellence among other recruit training institutions within and outside our country. I therefore wish to assure Depot Nigerian Army of my continuous commitment and support towards improving the standard of training, welfare of recruits, officers and soldiers, as well as the staff. Suffice to say that Depot Nigerian Army is very dear to my heart and will continue to receive the needed logistics to sustain its activities. The joint military training exercise conducted at Falgore Forest with student officers and soldiers of Nigerian Army School of Infantry and the Warrant Officers Academy has further exposed the 77 regular recruits to counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operations, as well as given the recruits opportunity to operate in terrain similar to the epicenter of our counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast. Similarly, the introduction of improvised explosive device awareness training and combat survival skills have molded you for tasks ahead. Notably, the introduction of military skill acquisition training, human rights training, and laws of armed conflict have indeed equipped the recruits with requisite knowledge and skills to operate in the ever-complex counterinsurgency environment. Let me, at this juncture, commend the Commandant and his team for the uncommon research and development feat, which led to the production of the 5 patrol vehicles named TYB Rover in my honor. By this breakthrough, the Nigerian Army is poised to become self-reliant in Class B combat vehicles by the year 2025. Furthermore, the ultra-modern indoor simulator range, which I will commission this morning, is one of the cutting-edge technological training aids designed to improve recruits' marksmanship, skill, and economize the use of all classes of ammunition for training. I therefore urge Depot Nigerian Army to maximize its use to enhance the quality of young soldiers trained in the Nigerian Army. The collaborative training with the British Military Advisory Training Team has further introduced the recruits to contemporary training methods. I therefore wish to congratulate the recruits for the successful completion of your initial training at this institution. I equally welcome you to the Nigerian Army of your dream, where a lot will be demanded from you in terms of loyalty, selfless service, courage, discipline, integrity, and respect for others. You are expected to always do your utmost best in order to sustain these core values and ethos through high professional standards in order to enhance your individual competencies and share common vision. Consequently, I wish to implore you to imbibe and retain the mental, physical, and spiritual training given to you in this institution and the post-depot training which you shall be exposed to at your respective units, formations, and corps. Let me seize this opportunity to remind you about the oath of allegiance that was administered to you a few days ago, and to state that you are henceforth subject to both civil and military laws. Thus, you are to avoid any act that could tarnish the image of the Nigerian Army and the nation at large. I urge you to remain loyal to the constitutional authority where you are posted to serve. At this juncture, let me express my gratitude to Almighty God for making this grand occasion a huge success. I am also grateful to all our invited guests for honoring the invitation and turning up in mass to support and rejoice with the passing out recruits and indeed the Depot Nigerian Army. My sincere appreciation goes to the Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari, for his continued support to the Nigerian Army and the armed forces in general. My special gratitude and respect goes to His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zauzau, Alhaji Dr. Shehu Idris, CFR, for his relentless support to Depot Nigerian Army. I also want to appreciate your entire efforts to resolve all land issues between the Depot Nigerian Army and indeed our hospitable host communities. I wish to also thank the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, His Excellency Dr. Nasir El-Rufai, for his leadership and courage in supporting the Nigerian Army in Kaduna State. I must also acknowledge the Executive Governor of Niger State, Raja Abubakar Sani Bello, who is personally here and has also constructed a hostel in the Nigerian Military School, which at the end of this ceremony, we will commission that project. Thank you, Your Excellency. On my part, I want to assure you of my desire to enthrone a sound culture of civil-military relations among all Nigerian Army formations and units with a view to subjecting the Nigerian Army to democratic control and indeed allegiance. Finally, I wish to commend the Commandant, his team of instructors, and entire staff for their highly enduring transformation of the training curriculum of the Depot Nigerian Army, as evident in the high standard displayed by recruits of the 77 regular recruits intake. I want to also sincerely thank the Zaria community, individuals as well as the families who have contributed in supporting this institution throughout the years. They have always been around to rejoice with these young soldiers who have achieved great in being transformed in this very unique institution. I urge you all to sustain this feat. I wish everyone safe journey to your respective destinations. Thank you and God bless.
That was the COAS speech. Three hearty cheers.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous sommes là pour apprécier le chef d'armée nigérian, Lieutenant General Tiwai Boutai, et aussi Major General Victor Izugu, pour ce qu'ils ont fait aujourd'hui.
Recruit anthem.
Salut Lima. l'hymne des recrues.
No going back. Soldier's Creed. Yes. The General Salute for the Revenue Officer.
Thereafter, the parade commander will march forward. And the journey that started 6 months ago for these young men and women will end here, and a new chapter will be opened in their lives as they file past. Shall we all rise for the national anthem, please?
Le l'hymne nigérien, on se met debout.
The parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel N. Otogo, is required to move forward.
And of course, the personal recruits.
Which can December? Can you play this one?
Il vient pour faire le salut.
Permission sought, permission granted.
Il a eu la permission.
We are gradually inching to the end of this parade. It's indeed a reality. As of yesterday, those men and women standing out there were not too sure if this hour will come.
Dans un peu de temps, ça vient la fin de cérémonie qu'on est en train de faire.
In fact, characteristic of every personal parade, there was a fake news that the goers might not be there. might not attend this personal parade. And of course, the recruits involved.
Vraiment, les chefs d'armée nigériens, nous sommes
The recruits involved didn't find it funny.
pour vous accueillir ici aujourd'hui.
But here we are, about to start the journey into career. A journey, like the chief said, they have all wanted to. A journey that they all know. If not, how do you explain a situation where somebody left his father and mother, brothers and sisters, and decide to elect to join an organization that you are not too sure of tomorrow? Yes, every profession has her hazards, but this one that you know.
Aujourd'hui, c'est un jour très remarquable pour le Nigeria, pour l'armée nigérienne, pour ce qui se passe ici aujourd'hui. Nous sommes vraiment contents.
Yes, we shall meet again, but this time not on this parade ground.
Nous allons se voir encore.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the hour is here.
Mesdames et
The
messieurs,
hour has
voilà
come.
maintenant le temps qu'on nous en attend. Ça vient de
The
commencer.
end of the journey of 6 months.
Ça, c'est
The
la
moment
fin.
they pass the saluting theirs,
Ça, c'est
they
la
will no
fin de ce
longer be
qu'on va
called
faire
a goods.
aujourd'hui.
Action. The great insertion has started.
Voilà maintenant les recrues, ils vont
They
venir
are
ici pour
stepping out.
passer.
They are stepping out in style. Some will come back here definitely as instructors.
Non, vraiment, c'est la fin de temps, la fin de ce qu'on a fait. Ils vont faire ici.
From here, it is OIO on your own. From now henceforth, your character, everything about you determines the next level.
Quand vous attendez, vous allez voir
Your performance in the various
ce qu'ils sont
courses
en train de faire.
you will be nominated to attend. Your conduct,
Même les Karachis qui sont en train de faire.
your attitude towards obeying of others, and as the law demands, determines how far you can go.
Ils sont là déjà venus pour saluer.
The chief trainer and his people have done their own.
Ils sont là venus pour saluer
By giving you the
chef
basics.
amis.
May I request all of us to please stand in reverence to the color and service personnel you are
On se
please
met
requested to
debout.
salute. Thank you. The chief trainer and of course the instructors have done their best. They are giving you the basic. Every other thing is you have to build on it.
C'est la fin de notre activité ici. Quand tu vois les armées, ils sont en train de passer, ils sont en train de marcher.
Thank you very much.
Bravo les armées nigériennes.
You may now be seated, please. Thank you. May I also
You may be seated, please. You may be seated. Thank you.
remind us that there will be Commissioner of Depot any renovated Kutaga.
On peut nous asseoir de suite maintenant.
There will be also Commissioner of the renovated Depot Nigerian Army / NMS Signal Squadron and Record Office. Refurbished vehicles, indoor simulator shooting range, transit accommodation for senior non-commissioned officers, commissioning of Niger State Governor's Hostel accommodation donated to NMS. But after this file pass, the champion company, the reviewing officer, and the special guests are requested to please move down to the photo stand where there will be group photograph with champion company representing the members of 77 regular intake, and of course our distinguished guests. Goodbye from dépôt.
Voici maintenant, les militaires sont en train de passer.
To God be the glory
Ils sont là
that
faire les
today
marches.
has finally come and is about to be exhausted. 6 months ago, it was like a joke.
On est là, on
To be
remercie
or not to be.
les chefs
But here we are.
Nigeria, Lieutenant General Toko Brutai, avec Victor Ezugo, Major General, le commandant de dépôt Nigerian Army. Ce qu'ils ont fait, tout cela, c'est qu'on est en train de voir. Les armées qui sont en train de passer. Nous vous remercions.
The band will march past,
Merci.
and thereafter we'll go for group photograph. After the group photograph, then
Maintenant, c'est les gens de bande qui sont en train de passer. C'est les matchs finales qui sont en train de passer là. Ils sont là marcher pour finir l'activité qu'on est en train de faire aujourd'hui.
thank you very much, sir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen,
Aujourd'hui,
here
c'est un
ends
jour
the end
spécial.
of the parade angle of the
Un jour
members of
spécial pour
77
l'armée
regular recruit
nigérienne.
intake. Next, of course, is the group photograph that will be taken
Les
at
chefs
the
militaires nigériens, on est
the
là
headquarters
pour
with
apprécier.
the battalion the champion company, and of course
Merci à tous.
our invited guests. On behalf of those of us in the commentary box, Mr. Ugoji, Obiora Oji, and of course
Everest Ogbaji,
Everest Ogbaji. This
yeah.
is Colonel Frank of
Je suis là à commenter en français.
Thank you
Et
for
à
that
tout le
which you
monde.
have done. Thank you for being our guest. And please, next time we call, ensure you be our
merci à
guest.
tous.
On this note, thank you and God bless you all.
All right.
Merci à tous.
And final moments for these recruits as they wrap up their stay at the Depot Nigerian Army, where they have spent the last 6 months receiving various kind of training to be part of one of Africa's largest army and also one of the most prominent army in peacekeeping in the world. Now, from here, each one of them will be posted to units, formations of the army, where they're all expected to showcase all the arts and technical capacity that they have been able to imbibe in the last 6 months of their stay here. We all know that the parents and guardians of all these soldiers that are passing out here today are waiting by the side of the parade ground, and we have also noticed that most of them came ready with food, drink, and so on and so forth. That it's actually going to be a party today to celebrate the feats achieved by this young crop of soldiers. And I will say from me and the rest of the crew that brought you this live telecast from the parade ground, Depot Nigerian Army Zaria. Goodbye and thanks for watching.
Section battle drill. Section battle drill. Section battle drill. Name them, let me hear you. Section battle drill. I can name them one by one. Yo, yo, yo. Battle preparation. Reaction to enemy effective fire. locating the enemies, winning the firefight. That's us, reorganization, section battle drills. I can name them one by one. Yo, yo, yo. Mora, hi! Mora, hi! Platoon, platoon, platoon battle drills, platoon, 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 platoon battle drills, platoon. One, preparation for battle. Two, reaction to point section. Coming under enemy effective fire. Three, assault, reorganization, platoon battle drills, platoon, platoon.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.